April 21st. Fancy meeting you here. Grab a coffee and let's get smarter together. I guess you've already heard the term noble savage. It was one of the ideas by Enlightenment thinkers about the nature of our early ancestors, made famous by Rousseau. The opposite idea of brutes was propagated by Hobbes. Neither of the two had anything to base their theories on. Both theories were solely intellectual games. In the beginning, before Rousseau's essay, the noble and noble savages didn't even refer to the character. Early French observers of indigenous people in North America, in particular of the Vendée in the area that became known as New France, noted that the men were primarily occupied in hunting and, occasionally, in war. Back home in 16th century France, these were largely the business of noblemen. Hence, the indigenous, in a sense, could be considered natural aristocracy, nobles. I want to use this moment to appreciate how the Uber explorers, the heroic figures of heroic societies and their retainers, turned seamlessly into reality and nobility, turned seamlessly into today's elites without ever changing their attitude. Faced with standardization efforts, they rejected the new emphasis on the exploitation of existing ideas. For them, it meant exchanging the thrill of a hunt, the theatrics of the rituals before and after, catching the scent of a beast, like for example a whale, tracking it, pitting their strengths against that of a beast, absorbing their life energy by the beast's submission and ultimate death, ever-changing challenges, ever new, to building wires, harvesting salmons that were so plentiful that they obscured the water, and gutting the fish. Rinse and repeat. They considered this standardized work manual, and who wouldn't? Did this kind of exploitative work exist before standardization? Yes, of course. But the balance between exploring and exploiting was naturally tilted far more toward exploring, toward leaning into the uncertainty with curiosity, toward not following the pheromone trail. That's what human brains avowed with the release of the happiness hormone dopamine. Something that only happens otherwise when we are having sex or eating a very delicious meal. It's dope. There's nothing uncertain about standards, however, nothing that will be rewarded with dopamine. To make a point, those who rejected the standardization rejected it so completely that they went to the other extreme and leaned into pure exploration, with an emphasis on the theatrics. The thrill of a contest, hunts and fights, the sharing between each other to the point that they tried to shame each other with over-the-top gifts, and the search for uniqueness and novelty in every aspect of life and personality. This is the through line from Alexander the Great and the Roman emperors to the courts with their pomp and tournaments, to celebrity culture and the communism between the rich. Since this is a deviation from the natural balance as well, to the side of exploration, there are ramifications for everyone else, basically. Uber explorers need two things: retainers who give them and their attitude justification, and slaves who are stolen of their exploration opportunities so that the Uber explorers can live all the lives they can fit into their breaths. But that's a story for another coffee break. For now, take your right to explore back, also known as think. Make a habit out of thinking. Let's turn thinking into a movement again. Like, comment, share, and not forget. Follow, lest you miss a single opportunity to improve yourself and society. And just like that, this coffee break is over. Have an elite rest of the day.